Okay, Jorge, let's talk about shooting with a 45-degree hold. Kind of explain what I'm talking about real quick. Most people shoot with a gangster, which means that the fork tips are vertical, 90 degrees to the horizon-ish. There is also the upright, where your fork tips are horizontal. In between that is what's referred to as a 45. It's not a true 45, I'm fixing to show you. What you want is for your thumb to be horizontal to the ground, which puts your wrist in a relaxed position. Don't have to force it one way or the other to get to a 45-degree angle. Just relax your wrist, have your thumb somewhat horizontal, and that is what we refer to as a 45-degree. Shooting with a 45-degree allows your body, your entire body, to relax. Now keep in mind, I only have real experience with this with long draws, so I'm not really sure how well this works for people with short draw. But when shooting with a 45, like I mentioned before, your frame hand wrist is relaxed. You're not forcing it one way or the other, twisting your arm or twisting your wrist. You're just very relaxed position with your thumb somewhat horizontal. With the pinch, and I'm doing this standard pinch so people can see that normally do it this way, your wrist, your pouch hand wrist, is relaxed also. You're not forcing your thumb down or forcing your thumb inwards or upwards or anything like that, twisting your wrist. You just simply relax your wrist. And when you push out at a 45 and your wrist is relaxed, you are just typically off of horizontal with your thumb, just very relaxed. And this allows, for long draw anyway, for the top to touch your reference point on your face and the bottom to be completely clear without having to lean over like you see most people do. Your head is straight up, your shoulders are in an engaged position, your arms are straight out, or your front arm is straight out, and your bands are just barely touching your face, so that when you release, the pouch is also clear of your face because it is further down than the top band. So it reduces butterfly kisses. One of the things I've found is that the 45-degree hold works best with a center-handled frame, like the Kodiak. If you use an offset frame like the Rougarou, when you go to your relaxed position, the fork tips are truly more at a 45. For some reason or another, this is just my experience, I end up having to float off of the tip in order to find my target, or force it back to a full gangster position, and then I can reference my fork tip. This is why if I do shoot offset frames, I typically shoot them inverted. Now, if you'll notice, in a really relaxed position, it is much closer to that angle on a center handle. And with the way that I keep my head upright, I usually use the tip of the frame as a reference, or just below it, depending on the frame. But I'm able to reference off the fork tip instead of having to float. Natural fork slingshots, when they're cut at a canted angle, really work well for this relaxed 45-degree position. Icarus was actually designed to mimic a natty that it was cut vertical or 90 to its natural growth pattern, just in a more uniform position. This allows for, in that relaxed position, for the bottom fork tip to be vertical. your top tip is at a 45. Your relaxed position on your pouch hand is more 45 or closer to 45 than this angle is to a 45. This is more acute than this one is. So you end up twisting the bands just a little bit. Not that big of an issue unless, like myself, you shoot high. With a high style grip, if I twist just a little bit, it ends up throwing the shot one way or the other. So even with this center handled frame, I have to adjust just a hair in order to relax my pouch wrist. So with the Icarus, or a natty that is cut similar to an Icarus, my pouch hand is relaxed, and it is almost exactly in line as far as the angle goes with this top tip, allowing my tubes, bands, whatever, to be completely straight. No twist, no tweaks or anything like that. They are completely straight, and I'm able to reference right off of the tip. So not one that a lot of people use, but one that I've become really familiar with, really comfortable with, because it is comfortable. So next time you get out and shoot, give it a try. Just remember, relax your wrist, both of them. You should be head up in a normal upright position, almost like you're standing at attention, but relax your body. When you pull out, engage your back muscles, engage your shoulders like you're trying to squeeze a basketball between your shoulder blades, and just relax your wrist. Bring your tubes up to your reference point, or your flats up to your reference point, and you should be right on target. It's simple, it's comfortable, and it works well once you get used to it. Later, guys, let me know how you, if you try it and what your experience is with it. Like I said, it's just one I've come to enjoy. Peace.